Okay, here we are. This is Putnut. We're on our Home and Garden channel here. And have I got something for you? This was a total surprise to me. I ordered this special brush to scrub the grout in my tile floors, and my wife was coming home with grout cleaner and I couldn't wait. So I tried the first thing I grabbed under the sink, and lo and behold, what we come to find out is it did a better job than the grout cleaner she went and spent money on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it works. And it is really simple. Actually, getting your grout completely clean is a two-step process. This is step one, but it gets it 90% of the way there to start with. The extra 10% just gives it that perfect shine. So let's take a look here. And just so you know, you don't have to wait forever for this to soak. You don't have to scrub it too much. Matter of fact, I'm just going to tell you a dumb joke and we'll be ready to go. And I got people mowing outside, so it's going to be a little noisy in a minute. But anyway, this woman, she goes to her golf club with her two girlfriends, and they golf all day on Friday. She loses track of time. So she goes and tells her friends that she needs to get home because her husband needs to be fed right on time. And if he doesn't get fed right on time, he gets upset. So she rushes home, she looks around the kitchen, she can't find anything in the kitchen to feed her husband with. All she has is a little bit of lettuce and a tomato and some cat food. So she takes the cat food and she opens it up, puts it on the plate and chops it up into little pieces. And she puts the lettuce and the tomato on the plate next to it, and she just hopes he doesn't notice. He comes home, he sits down, he eats the meal, and he gets up and he says, "Honey, that was hands down the best thing you've ever made for me. You can make it any time you want." So from that time on, every Friday, she didn't have to rush home from her golf date anymore. She could come home and make him cat food. She told her friends what she'd been doing after the first few times, and her friends were like, "Oh my goodness, you're going to kill your husband. You can't feed a guy cat food. That's not good for him. He's going to end up getting sick and dying." She's like, "Oh, it ain't hurt him. It's not bothering him." Well, a few months go by of this, and then the women hear from her at the golf club on Friday that her husband died that week. And they said, "Hey, we told you that cat food was going to kill him. I'll bet it was that cat food." And she said, "Nonsense. The cat food didn't kill him. He fell out of the window while he was licking his behind." Yeah, that's a funny one. I loved it. Anyway, that's all the more time you got to let it soak. Enough time to tell a dumb joke. Now, let's use this nifty little brush, which you can see here. The little brush goes right on the end of this nice stick. You can see there was no pause. While I was telling you that joke, you could hear the mower going around, so you know I didn't stop it. I bet you can already see how nice that looks. Isn't that something? Let me mop it off and you can get a better look. Now turn on the fan. Get it nice and dry. And then, the great reveal. So we're going to time-lapse this part with the fan drying the floor. It's going to take a few minutes for us. It won't take any time at all for you. Now we've already got it partially dried. And you can see that it already looks better. You can see it's much cleaner than it was. And part two. And then I will let this floor completely dry so you can see what it looks like when it's completely dry. Because it's hard to tell exactly how nice grout looks until it's all the way dry. That's when it really shines. But you could clearly see that got it much cleaner. Much cleaner. Got like 90% of the dirt and grime off of there. And a lot of what's on your grout is grease. And the grease keeps the dirt from being released. So you got to get rid of the grease to get rid of the dirt. So now, here's part 2. Cheap Dollar Tree sprayers. Now we just let that soak on there for a little bit. It doesn't take very long at all. We'll just give it a few seconds to soak and give it the scrubby dub. So now we've given that a scrub, we're going to give it a rinse with the mop. Now, part number 2 probably comes as no surprise. This is vinegar. That's it, plain old vinegar. But part number 1, it might be a little bit more of a surprise for you, because my wife was shocked that it did better than what she bought special to clean the tile with. You ready for this? Lysol all-purpose cleaner. That's it. I sprayed it on there, scrubbed it. It come almost completely clean in a minute or 2. And with that scrubber on the end of the pole, makes it so easy. And I'll put a link to that in the description, because I searched for a scrubber on a pole, and several of them had a solid handle holder where it wasn't flexible, and you had to hold it straight up and down. It would just make it a lot harder to use. This one's flexible, it moves back and forth. And also, a lot of the other ones were $30. This one was less than half that. So I'll put that in the description for you, and we'll keep this handy here, and we'll take a look at it when it's completely dry in just a second for you. It's going to be a long time for me. Okay, here we are. It's had about an hour to dry. It could probably get a little drier, but you can really see the difference, can't you? And the line on the top of the screen and the line on the bottom of the screen, and the 2 lines going the other direction, you can see the difference. And those 2 lines over there were actually a little cleaner than these to start with, because they're back closer to the wall. They don't get walked on as much, but you can really see the difference in the area that I cleaned. So it just goes to show you, this stuff really works. I couldn't believe it either. I found out totally by accident. This is great stuff. So if you like learning new things, please like the video. Let other people know this is a good video. And subscribe to my channel so that the next time I put a helpful hint on here, you'll get that one too. And check out some of my other videos. I have one on how to climb a ladder. I have one on how to clean your roof. That's a really good one. And some other fun ones. And I just can keep putting on helpful videos for you to watch and learn from. So please, check it out. You won't regret it. And thanks again for watching. Here's another area of the floor. This is before cleaning it. Okay, and here we are about an hour later. It's had plenty of time to dry. And look how much nicer that looks. Just wanted to let you know, I did not use any vinegar on that. That was just the Lysol all-purpose cleaner. I sprayed it on, let it set for a couple minutes, scrubbed it, mopped it, and it got it that clean. So, next time you want to clean your grout, yeah, there's a lot of fancy little things you can put on there, but I've tried some of those, and it's mostly elbow grease. This, truly, no elbow grease. You could, I don't even think you'd have to scrub it. You could probably spray this on, let it soak for 2 minutes, and wipe it off with a sponge. It came off that easy. It's like magic.